why I think Cinema4D is great and why I'm taking a break from it. This is as much a video singing the praise and saying thank you to Cinema4D for the last 6 or 7 years, as much as it is a video saying goodbye for a little bit. We take a little break and see how much I miss you. It's not me, it's you. Wait, that's not what that I want something else, and I'm gonna look for that elsewhere. So I wrote a song and ran it through some AI and to make the music, and it came out really intense and too sad. So, but maybe you'll like it and enjoy it. So, but I was like, it's so intense that I have to make a good song and happy song. So here's 2 songs that I wrote about Cinema4D, one happy and one not so happy. Enjoy.
The state of Maxon in 2025, or is it 2026? Who knows anymore? No indie license, no perpetual license, no innovation, no new features. We got goo, not liquid. What even is Redshift RT4? The only good feature is still coming soon, and it's one Octane has had for years. Is Cinema4D gonna be like Game of Thrones and just implode on itself? Where is the A? Integration beyond a bad search engine. Cinema4D, what happened? You were the best. No one could make Windows desktop wallpapers like you. Now look at you. World 100 a year is steep for that, let's be honest. But for real, some of us have been enduring you for so many years. What are you doing to bring in new users? Why would they pick you over Blender? I'm not sure I know anymore. Cinema4D is the master of motion and design, blending the photo real with the surreal abstract. Animate that, model a cat, it can do all that. It's so easy to use and so easy to learn. Use pyro to make something burn. Fields and sims, fills and rims. Light it, inflate it, pop it, Cinema4D. The board is fun to use, colorful doodads or perfume ads, silk sheets or Nike cleats. Soda pop with that was K-pop motion, lotion, a ship in the ocean. Design your vision, illustrate nuclear fission. C4D does it all, just behind a little paywall.
So I wanted to make this video just to kind of clear things up about kind of the direction of the channel, but also just like to talk about C4D because, you know, we live in a world where there's it's just like a lot of negativity out there online about stuff, and it's easy to hate on things, and that's kind of the cool thing to do or whatever. It's not, you know, it's just the loudest. That's the toxicity is the loudest online. But I just wanted to make this video to be very clear that I think Cinema4D is amazing, and I think it's great, and it's super cool, and I think if you have an eye for design and motion graphics, the C4D is the perfect tool to blend those two things together. I think the learning curve for it is the lowest about any of them. I think that it's the easiest to use, the easiest to learn. I think it's very fun and very nice, but it's also, you know, it's limited in its way. Like, you see these shots here and these things, like, these are cool, right? But there was a time 6 or 7 years ago when I saw these and I said, wow, that's amazing, that's what I want to do. But now I don't see these and think, wow, that's so cool, that's what I want to do, like these abstract shapes and things, and shoes and interiors, things like that. Perfume bottles. And there's nothing wrong with that. That tracks for me. That's me as a person. Like, I like to job hop. When I play games, I game hop. All my friends are like playing the one game for 1,000 hours, and I've played like 16 different games for 1 hour each that week. And I'm just like, I just like hopping around, and I like playing different things. And it's the same with work. I've always, I love the gun in that shot. I want that. It's so cool. What game is that? Riot Games? Okay. Valorant, I guess. Basically, what I'm trying to say with all of this is that I'm going to take a break from C4D. And the reason for that is because the things I want to create, I think Unreal Engine 5 has the tools for that better than C4D. And that's because the things I want to create are landscapes and short films and animate characters and telling stories and making video game references and short films and things like that. And I just think that it has the tools that I need. And I think it's a big audience, and I think it's a new era. And I'll still do some motion graphics and stuff in that. I know a lot of people are asking about that, but motion graphics aren't like my jam. I've done them for a long time, and I'm ready to try to do something more than that somewhat. So I'm just gonna do what I feel like doing. And right now that's creating worlds and doing things with Kit Bash and creating scenes, and I'm gonna do these challenges and stuff. So I just wanted to make it clear that I don't hate C4D, and I'm not switching it because I don't think it's as good or anything. I think C4D is incredible. I think Maxon's doing a good job of trying to elevate C4D and switch their kind of focus from being like more of the corporation, the big studio thing, to actually including individual artists and what individual artists use. Because, for a long time, that wasn't that wasn't a thing, and now you have that. And beyond that, what I'll say about C4D versus like Blender or anything like that is that I think there's just like the barrier to entry obviously is much higher in C4D. It's expensive, right? But then the barrier to learning it is easier in C4D because I think, you get a lot of Blender users, and you have some that have been doing it for a long time, and you have some that are just like casually doing it, and they hop on every now and then, and they're like, oh, I'll make a video, I'll toss something up there. And so there's a lot of Blender tutorials, and I took a while where I tried to learn Blender for a bit a couple months ago, and it's just a bunch of noise. Like, you get conflicting evidence from this video to this video to that video to that video. And, that's not every Blender teacher and not every Blender user. But what I will say is when you get to C4D, the training is slimmed down. And that's because, like, there's a barrier to entry. And when you have somebody teaching C4D, like me, or Kyle Sullivan, or Lucas Thorup, or Ellie, or Noseman, or EJ, like, you kind of already assume they kind of know what they're talking about because you know that they're invested, because they're paying for C4D, and they're going to take the time to use that product right, because it's not a cheap product to use. So you're just hoping that, they know, because they're putting in the time. And then that's kind of like the thing with C4D and Cineversity and its training and everything, is that it's expensive, but that also kind of filters out the people that aren't super serious about it, which is fine. I'm just saying this kind of quality versus quantity kind of a thing, but we're starting to blur the gap there with Blender users and stuff, because you're getting people that are leaving to switch to that, and so they do know that, and they are coming in and whatever and all this stuff. But I'm just, you can look at this thumbnail here, and if these are things that excite you, like these kind of abstract, cool, just fun, motion, colorful things, C4D is where it's at. Like, you can't beat it. I really think so. But if what you want to do is, landscapes and shots like this shot is a C4D shot, you could do this shot in Unreal Engine just as fast, and then in real time walk around it, right? And that's the difference. And that's what I want to make. And that's nothing against C4D or anything. I think that's just kind of what I want to do, and I think that's fine. And so, and to summarize, I think C4D is great because it has Redshift integration. I think if C4D had bought Octane, and integrated Octane into it, I would use Octane over Redshift. I think Redshift's the best. Octane is also great. Arnold is also great. V-Ray is also great. You don't have to be tribal about it. They're all good because they're all basically the same thing, just branded differently. I do think that Octane's pixel-based displacement is much better than Redshift's geometry-based displacement, but what are you gonna do? Everything, we're not in charge. But I do think that the fact that Redshift is integrated into C4D makes it a powerhouse of just cool speed, utilizing it. And the fact that Maxon's making efforts to make it available to Mac users for whatever reason, just kidding, making it available to Mac users and, adding more content in the asset browser and stuff means they're really paying attention to individual artists and their needs and trying to reach out to them. And I think Maxon's heading in the right direction, and I think it's good, and I may revisit C4D sometime in the near future. But right now, Unreal Engine 5 is I love being on the cutting edge technology, which means I should probably be teaching AI, which I probably will some, honestly. I like AI art and stuff like that. It's just kind of wonky right now. So this feels like beta testing right now, and I like beta testing games more than I like beta testing expensive AI things. So we'll do that. But Unreal Engine 5 just kind of has the tools and stuff that I want to make. So we'll see where this takes us in the channel. I want to thank everybody for all the support. I'm obviously going to still create content. I've got, stuff coming for Unreal Engine for sure. But let me know what else you guys want, because I love doing tech reviews. I love doing new plugins. Yeah. So a lot of you have been with me since the beginning. Some of you are new, and some of you are going to be more excited that I'm switching to Unreal Engine. So let me know in the comments below just what you guys think about this overall and how you feel about it, and how you feel about yourself as an artist and stuff when it comes to why you use C4D, and hopefully you can inspire somebody else or figure out maybe you should try something else too. I don't know. But yeah, that's where we're at. We'll see where it takes us. See you next time. Lastly, I just wanted to say, just to make sure that everybody's clear, the Mind in Motion workshop, I still will completely be supported. I'm on there checking it and stuff for feedback, comments, whatever, and I reply to that. And same with Patreon and stuff if you want more Cinema4D engagement with me. Also, I know there's a ton of you in the Discord, and you've seen that we are moving my Discord over to a new community-run Discord, which will hopefully be a little more of a free space where people can share more stuff, where they don't feel like, well, I shouldn't share this on Effectatron's because it's somebody else's. This is just going to be a 3D community. It's my community, bringing other people, do whatever. There's a bunch of great people there hanging out, sharing stuff, and I'm still be there as well. So the admin and stuff are awesome, and definitely check that out. There's a link below to that 3D community as well.